Hello once again, and I hope you're doing well and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about how games have become overly competitive to where you as a casual player can no longer have a peaceful gaming session. It's not like you can't enjoy games, you absolutely can. What I'm referring to is especially to the multiplayer aspect of some games, or perhaps this can also evolve to some extent to any multiplayer PvP game. But today's video, for the sake of it, we are going to focus on the multiplayer shooters. Okay. To start, multiplayer shooters have become overly competitive, and I mean super competitive. I know I'm just a scrub, and that I need to get better at the game instead of complaining, but I'm not in that phase of my life where I can have that much time to dedicate to a game to get good. I have a job, and when I get back, I want to sit down and relax and enjoy a good game shooter. I love them. I started with COD Black Ops 1. At, at first, I got my ass kicked like any other, and then with time, I got better. Not the best, but decent. As time moved on, I started to play less and less shooters due to the amount of movement involved in those games. This movement system now is in Battlefield 6, and I can stand it. Not because it's something bad, but because it gets abused so much that I feel like I'm forced to play and that way in order to get the upper hand on another player. I could get good at the game if I really wanted to, but I'm not a professional esports player. I'm a casual player who wants to hang around and just have fun. I don't want and I don't need to force myself to play a certain way to have fun. And I play just like I want, but let's face it, no one wants to feel like a loser after a game. And I can tolerate to lose a game, but losing to a gunfight because some rando who keeps sliding and jumping around like it's real life dependent on it, it's just ridiculous to me. And you might think that this is something that happens once every 4 or 6 games. No, it is every game. Every match I play, there's always this guy who is jumping around and sliding, making himself hard to take down. And I get it. That guy is really good. Is a really good player to learn the system and is using it to his advantage. And I should learn and adapt. Am I correct? Okay, but what if I don't want to feel forced to play like him? I could just simply leave the match and find another lobby, but when I do, I get put against another sweat, and it is something that is inescapable at this point. It's frustrating wanting to play a couple of casual matches and log out without feeling more stressed before playing. By the way, the gameplay in the background is from the casual playlist. I um, love that this game mode exists to some extent, but the problem is that I don't want to play against bots all of the time either. I just want to play against another casual player like me and not an esports athlete all of the time. Just a couple of days, I remember why I uninstalled Battlefield 6 in the first place, and it was because every game I played was like I playing a tournament for money. From time to time, I got a decent lobby with a good mix of casuals and sweats, and those lobbies were phenomenal. But now, every lobby I play is like I'm playing like my life, dependent on it all of the time. So I get pushed back to play casual playlist or hardcore. By the way, hardcore is my all-time favorite, but finding hardcore on a normal playlist it's hard, and I don't know why Dice hasn't make an official permanent hardcore playlist already. I will be playing that game mode 24/7 if it was available, but no, we don't have any. You either have to find it or you have to go through the painful server browser to find if there's something available near you, and most of the time, search results are not successful. I've seen this happen over the past decade. Many shooters are moving to the movement shooter genre, and I don't like it. There's no room for us casuals anymore. One of the problems I see in the industry is this, and perhaps I'm wrong, is that I see this gaming companies listen to the influencers that play in the most high skill level and let casuals at last. Games are not made for the casuals anymore. Games are being made for social media and to let the influencers gather people to buy those games. But the problem with these influencers is that many of them just play the game for hours and hours, and there's no wonder they're so skilled of the game. I'm not saying that there are no lives, but man, some of them just play the game like it was nothing, and I'm here scratching my head with what I'm doing wrong. And yeah, sometimes I do wrong, but the other factor is, and let's face it, I'm becoming old. Sometimes it's because sometimes it's hard for me to react when someone is coming around the corner, and when I aiming at the door, and suddenly the guy comes sliding around the corner and takes me out, where it feels like a single shot. And when I shoot back, it feels like it takes forever. Plus, the guy moving like crazy, that makes me waste half of my magazine just trying to get some bullets in. I get it. It's not supposed to make him an easy shot, but can at least play a war game like it was supposed to, and position ourselves instead of running around like crazy. The most Milsim game I think I try is Insurgents in Sandster, but even then, there's always a guy who will try to make the most nimble of loadouts, just to run around and find a workaround on all of the movement restrictions, just to run and gun like crazy. This is why I have left most of modern shooters and went back to playing single player games. To some extent, I got tired of dealing with this type of players. I just can't stand most of the new shooter gaming trends, the ultra fast movement, the insane levels of jumping, it's like canceling. It has become so much for me to handle that sometimes I just don't want to go back and play shooters at all. There's no longer this battlefields that make me feel like I was inside of a war action movie where I was just another soldier in the front lines fighting for an objective of some sorts. Now I feel like I'm playing a dress-up game with add-ons and collabs with people, with guns jumping and gunning all around with some sort, like if it was some sort of festivity. Um, Definitely, the modern shooter genre has changed, and I don't know to where we are heading from here. I just hope that we keep doing this casual playlist for scrubs like me who can't even aim. I don't get and don't get it twisted. I can play against other players, but the problem I have is that most players don't play other games and just gone all day. When the only time I have for myself is night because I have things to do on the day. So when I log in at night, I get my ass kicked by a kid who was probably playing the game for almost 8 hours a day every day. The other problem I see is that has influenced this type of behaviors is that nowadays everyone is a YouTuber or a streamer or some type of social media influencer, and I don't have any problem with someone who makes a living of from playing video games and sharing the most sweaty of loadouts on their videos. At some point, I consume those type of media to get better at shooters to where I am today. But nowadays, with the influx of new social media players, sorry, and more aggressive playstyles with the new movement mechanics of this era, it only makes it harder for me, the casual, to enjoy some matches without making me feel like I just wasted my money on a game for me to just get shot at. And playing in the casual playlist makes it dull at times. Like I don't even earn the win you get, if you get what I mean. Um, the other day I was playing a match and decided to play sweaty, like jumping and sliding, and it felt good, but not as good for me. I can't describe it, but I like it and I don't like it at the same time. I feel like I'm forcing myself to play in a certain way. I don't want to play just to get the upper hand. I was playing good, not dominating the lobby, but good to the point that I could stay alive for more time. But at the same time, I ended up feeling tired at the end of the match. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I felt like mentally drained from playing just a single match like that instead of going a full ham session. Perhaps it's just a me thing, but I don't like that sensation. Why would I want to play a game that makes me feel tired instead of feeling good? Like I've lost matches and still have fun because I did good in the match. I did a good balance of kills, played the objective, helped my team, and after all that we lost, but it felt good about myself. And I've also had matches where we win and I feel like crap. And it doesn't matter if I win or lose. I just want to feel good on what I just did. I want to feel like it was something meaningful, and that I earned my rewards against a real player. I don't know for how long I will keep on playing multiplayer shooters. They start good, and with time they evolve into something else. Battlefield had a good balance between a milsim and an arcade shooter, but now it feels more like an arcade shooter. I can still enjoy the game at times, but there's some days where I can't even finish a match because of the many situations I just explained. If you're enjoying the newer games and they're coming out, good for you. Really enjoy your games, because there's going to be to come a day where you can no longer will have um, the time nor the energy to sit down and pull on an all-nighter to play COD or all night or Battlefield. Obligations will come and you'll see life through a different perspective. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to warn you so you can prepare. If I started YouTube in a couple of years back, perhaps my story would have been different. Perhaps I could be playing games all day and doing content on them, and perhaps I would have grown with these newer games. But for me, life had another plans. But who knows? And anything can happen, right? My name is Jaco, and I hope I could have brought some insight on what a dirty casual like me has to go through almost on a daily. Perhaps you feel the same way, or maybe you're one of those who really enjoy the more action-packed games that we have nowadays. But for me, it's more like half and half. I like it and I don't like it. It's a weird love-hate relationship I have with modern shooters. But those are my thoughts. I want to know yours. Let me know in the comment section down below how has been your experience with the shooters out in the market. Are you done with playing shooters? Do you have the same relationship with them as I do? Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and I catch you in the next video. Bye bye.